Good morning, students. Today we are discuss about survey of PC and network operating systems. PC and network operating system. The main objectives of PC and network operating systems are list all the current PC operating system. Another objective is list and different the various versions of Windows, and another objective is describe the role of network operating systems, identify three current embedded operating systems. Before that, overview of operating systems. The personal computer has come long way in a relatively short time, and much of the progress is due to continuing advancements in operating systems. Over the past 30 years, the evolution in operating systems has made PCs easier to use and understand, more flexible, and more reliable. Today, the operating systems that consume hundreds of megabytes of disk space on personal computers fit into teeny hundreds of portable digital assistants PDA and even cellular telephones. Computer users have several choices when it comes to operating systems, although the choice is not always easy. The vast majority of new PCs are sold with some versions of Windows installed, but many users are choosing to run Unix or Linux. Apple Mac computers, Mac operating system have a small but important share the desktop operating system market. This lesson is a survey of primary operating system used on personal computers and network servers, describing the basic features of each. First, we discuss about PC operating systems. Microsoft Windows operating system continues to thrive on PCs all over the world and has the largest market share of any competitor. At this writing, even management at Apple Computer admits that the Mac has just 5% of desktop operating system market share, but Linux is making inroads on the desktop. The following sections provide a brief survey of many operating systems being used on desktop computers, although some of these operating systems, such as DOS and Windows 95. First, we discuss about DOS. DOS means Disk Operating System. DOS is still is used today for the variety of reasons. DOS originally came into widespread widespread use in 1980s with the appreciation of IBM PC, which was the first personal computer to catch on with consumers and businesses. Two versions of DOS designed as the desktop operating system of choice throughout the in 1980s. The first was PC DOS, which IBM released with its computers. The other was Microsoft version of DOS known as MS-DOS, that is Microsoft DOS disk operating system, which was used on millions of IBM compatible PCs or clones. These terms describe any PC that is based on the same architecture used by IBM's personal computers. Despite its dominations in the PC market for more than a decade, DOS suffered some weakness. For example, it supported only one user at a time and could run only one program at a time. It had no built-in support for networking, and users had to manually install drivers anytime they added a new hardware component to the PC. DOS was also limited in the amount of RAM and storage space it could support. Even today, DOS supports only 16-bit programs, so it does not take full advantage of the power of modern 32-bit and 64-bit processor. Finally, DOS used a command line interface that forced users to remember cryptic command names. So, why is DOS installed in use? Two reasons are there here. The reasons are its size and simplicity. It does not require much memory or storage space for the system, and it does not require a powerful computer. It does not require powerful computers. Therefore, it is sometimes used as embedded operating system for devices that run very simple tasking applications. Another reason for its continued use is that many businesses still have custom applications either written as a one of a kind application for their business or written for their special needs and marketed to similar businesses. A restaurant may still be using the employee scheduling application written for it 10 to 15 years ago, or a small pictures farming businesses may still use the same program to calculate the cost of frames it builds and sells. Next, we discuss about Windows NT workstation. Here, NT means new technology. Microsoft released Windows NT, a 32-bit operating system for PCs in 1993. Windows NT means new technology was originally designed as the successor to DOS, but by the time it was ready to release, it had become too large to run on the most of the PCs used by consumers at the time. As a result, Microsoft Windows NT to be high-end operating system for powerful workstations and network servers used in businesses. After releasing Windows NT, Microsoft went back to the drawing board to create a more consumer oriented version of Windows to replace DOS on home and office PCs. Windows 95, which is discussed later, because high-end networked computers fall into two primary categories. Microsoft separated Windows NT into two products, Windows NT Workstation and the first Windows version for network servers. Windows NT Server, the server product was optimized to run on dedicated network servers. Windows NT Workstation 4.0 looks almost identical to Windows 95. It is underlying operating system is different. It's almost completely devoid of MS-DOS code that had been present in earlier version of Windows. Windows NT Workstation is typically used on stand-alone PCs that may or may not be part of network, while Windows NT Workstation supports networking and can be used as a server in peer-to-peer networks. In peer-to-peer networks, it generally is not used on network servers. At first, power users made up a large part of the market for Windows NT Workstation. As a result, it can be found in such different places as architectural frames, audio and video production studios, and graphics studios. Windows NT workstation continues to be on desktops in large organizations, but it is being replaced by newer versions of Windows or by Linux. Next, we discuss Windows 9X operating system. The term Windows 9X is used when referring to any number of the closely related threesome, that is Windows 95, Windows 98 and Windows Me. These versions of Windows are considered obsolete by many experts in the computer industry. They are still widely used, especially by consumers with older PCs. In fact, many businesses still run Windows 9X or their desktop PCs. In 1995, Microsoft released Windows 95, a complete operating system that did not require MS-DOS to be installed separately before it was installed. Unlike its predecessors, that is Windows 3.0, 3.1 and 3.11, collectively known as Windows 3.x. Here, Windows 95 installs the necessary MS-DOS operating system components that it needs and has additional programming code that takes advantages of the more advanced capabilities of newer CPUs and maintains a graphical user interface, etc. Windows 3.x by contrast was operating environment which ran on top of DOS to provide a GUI and additional capabilities. In addition to some MS-DOS program code that allows it to run DOS applications, Windows 95 contains 16-bit code that enables it to run programs originally designed for Windows 3.x. If a company had already invested in many such programs, it could continue to use its familiar programs while marketing to the new operating system. Windows 95 has several other attractions as well. First, for programs designed with 32-bit processing, it can exchange information with printers, networks, and files in 32-bit pieces instead of 16-bit pieces. For moving information around in the file computer, the effect was like doubling the number of lanes on an expressway. Windows 95 has improved multitasking compared to previous versions of Windows. Windows 95 has improved multitasking compared to previous versions of Windows, and it was the first version of Windows to support the plug and play standard for connecting new hardware. With integrated networking support and improvements to the graphical user interface, such as the taskbar and start button, Windows 95 remains popular with individual users in spite of newer versions with even more improvements. Many experts considered Windows 98 so named for year it was introduced in 1998. Windows 98 to be an updated to Windows 95 rather than a major Windows operating system upgrade. In other words, the differences from Windows 95 to Windows 98 are not as significant as the differences from Windows 3.x to Windows 95. However, one key change in Windows 98 is the inclusion of the Internet Explorer web browser with a new feature, the Active Desktop, that lets user browse the internet and local computer in a similar manner. Active Desktop enables users to integrate internet resources such as stock tickers and news information services directly on the Windows desktop. In 2000, Microsoft released Windows Me Millennium Edition, the last member of the Windows 9X family of consumer grade operating systems. Windows Me offers several notable enhancements over its procedures, such as improved multimedia capabilities, built-in support for digital video editing, and enhanced internet features. But like Windows 95 and Windows 98, Windows Me still contains a lot of 16-bit code that supports old DOS and Windows 3.x applications. As a result, Windows Me was not much more stable or robust than Windows 95 or 98. and it was subject to frequent crashes. Next, we discuss about Windows 2000 Professional. Windows 2000 Professional released in 2000. Windows 2000 commands the user-friendly interface and feature of Windows 98 with the file system, networking, power, and stability of Windows NT, and some new and improved features. This combination of features makes Windows 2000 both powerful and easy to use. Microsoft developed 4 versions of Windows 2000. Windows 2000 Professional for the desktop and 3 versions especially for network servers discussed later in this chapter, like its procedures, Windows NT workstations. Windows 2000 Professional is designed primarily for PCs in offices and small businesses. Note that Microsoft did not release a version of Windows 2000 specifically for home or casual users. It includes support for symmetry multiprocessing with up to 2 processors. Next, we discuss Windows XP. Windows XP released in October 2001. Released in October 2001 is the latest in the Windows suite for PC operating system families. The desktop has a more three-dimensional look with rounded corners and more shading. It also offers some brighter color choices. Windows XP is available in several different products: Windows XP Professional, Windows XP Home, Windows XP Media Center Edition, and Windows XP Embedded. These are the different products. Once again I repeat: Windows XP Professional, Windows XP Home, Windows XP Media Center Edition, and Windows XP Embedded. Microsoft also created 64-bit XP for use with AMD's Operation and Athlon 64 CPUs. With Windows XP, Microsoft consolidated its consumer grade and enterprise desktop operating systems into one environment. For home users, this means added security and an operating system that is far less likely to stall or crash than Windows 9X. Here, Some of the features that have been upgraded Windows XP. Digital media support, that is one of the feature. Through the use of Windows Media Player 9, users of XP can take advantage of digital broadcast support as well as video and audio rendering for multimedia projects. Another feature is advanced networking and communications. Windows XP takes advantage of universal plug and play support, which enables the PC to find and use hardware connected via a network without forcing the user to configure the system or install drivers. It also makes use of internet connections sharing, which allows users to connect multiple computers to the internet via single connection. Another feature is advanced mobile computing. Advanced mobile computing like automatic configuration, you can connect an XP based laptop to a desktop PC without needing to know different types of network settings. XP's common modem support lets you use cellular telephone to connect to the internet. Next we discuss Unix for a desktop. It is difficult to pin Unix down to one class of computer because it runs on such a wide range, including supercomputers, notebook PCs, and everything in between. Unix does not have an important place in the market for desktop operating systems thanks to its power and its appeal to engineers and other users of CAD and CAM software. Unix has been popular for high powered workstations. Unix is not for the faint of heart because its command line interface, cryptic instructions, and the fact that it requires many commands to do even simple tasks. However, those who have worked with Unix have found the power and stability of this operating system worth the effort to learn the commands. Unix operating system have 32-bit or 64-bit operating system, very stable and fast. This interface have command line interface. The Unix operating system cost thousands of dollars. Linux for the desktop. Even though Linux is considered a freeware operating system, industry experts have been impressed by its power, capabilities, and rich feature set. Linux is a full 32-bit operating system, multitasking operating system that supports multiple users and multiple processors. Linux can run on nearly any computer and can run support almost any type of application. Linux uses a command line interface but Windows based graphical user interface environment called shells are available. The biggest non-technical difference between Unix and Linux is price. Anyone can get a free copy of Linux on the internet, and disk-based copies are often inserted in popular computer books and magazines. Commercial versions of Linux, which are inexpensive when compared to the cost of other powerful operating systems, are also available from a variety of vendors who provide the Linux code for free charge for the extras such as utilities, GUI shells, and documentation. At this writing, the most popular Linux vendors are Red Hat and Novell, and both offer special Linux bundles for desktop computers as well as for servers. For all these reasons, Linux has become a popular operating system in certain circles. Students and teachers have to Linux not just for its technical advances, but to participate in the global community that has built up around the operating system. This community invites Linux users and developers to contribute modifications and enhancements, and it freely shares information about Linux and Linux related issues. Although Linux is typically considered to be server platform, an increasing number of software companies are writing new desktop applications or modifying existing ones for Linux. Linux released by Red Hat with the KDE desktop environment. Red Hat has grown into one of the most popular Linux releases, complete with its own community of followers as well as their own Linux certification program are known as Red Hat Certified Engineers RHCE program. This is Linux desktop. Next class we discuss about network operating systems. What is a network operating system? What are the operating systems are available for servers and embedded operating systems, etc. Thank you for watching this video.